everyone. Welcome. It's Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, so it's time for Stampin' with Denise. I am so glad you found me tonight. I have a super cute project I want to share with you. But as always, I appreciate it when you share my video with your friends. So if you do that, I very much appreciate that. After you do that, please comment, share down in the comments, and you might actually get the project that I went to, or that I'm making tonight. I might be sending that to you next week. If you're watching on YouTube, welcome. If you haven't subscribed, please do so, and then click that little bell, be alerted to when I upload a new video. I upload a new video most Monday evenings. If you're on Facebook, please give me some hearts. I would really appreciate it. Facebook likes the hearts better than the thumbs up, so let's keep those hearts coming. They don't hurt, they don't cost anything, and they help me out, and it helps my video be seen by more people. So last week, we made this card using 3 different products from Celebration. If you remember, Celebration is the best time at Stampin' Up. It's during the month of July and August, and for every $50 or $100 you purchase before shipping and tax, you can earn free product. So for this cute little birthday card, the Hippo stamp set was free with a $50 purchase. The dies to cut them out with are free with a $50 purchase. And this great paper, the polka dots and the stripes, are free with a $50 purchase. So if any of that interests you, please go to my website, place your order. If you had any questions, I'll be more than happy to help. If you'd rather I place your order, I can do that too. So just get in contact with me. This card, because she shared last week, is going to Darlene Clark. So Darlene, I will get that card out to you as soon as possible. So let me change to my hands and we will get started here. Hi everybody. Okay, tonight's card I'm using from a stamp set from the annual catalog. Let me pull it out here. It is the Let's Set Sail stamp set and the Sailboat Builder Punch. So, and I love this stamp set. I think, or this bundle, I think that it is perfect for a variety of, it can be male or female. It can be a variety of occasions. For this card, I used Hope It's Your Best Day Ever. It also has Adventure Awaits, Let Your Dreams Set Sail. I see that they'd be good for people who are maybe moving on, got a promotion, they're graduating, had some big successful event in their life. And then the Sailboat Builder Punch makes it a snap to make these cute sailboats. So I hope you like this card. I've got to put some things out of the way here. You know how it is with a crafter, your space gets smaller and smaller and smaller as stuff gets put around. So I gotta kind of spread things out. So this is a porthole, a fun fold window card. And we made this look kind of like a porthole. So we open this up. There's our whole scene. And when you open it up, there's your space to write. So I'm going to show you how we did this. Okay? Before we get started, the colors of ink for this project are Bermuda Bay, So Saffron, Pumpkin Pie, Basic Gray. Not my usual colors, but I think they work really well for this project. Okay, so the first thing we are going to do is start with the base. I had a piece of thick basic white. This is 8.5 by 5.5, folded in half. Then I took from the layering dies, I took the die that is about, let's see, which one did I use? It was the one that was about 2 inches. Is it this one? No, hold on. I switched my things around now. Is it this one? This one's about 2.5, I think. Let me get my ruler just to double check. Okay. Yeah, this one's just a little smaller than 2.5, okay? So I use that to cut out the circle, the hole, the window. Okay, and then we're gonna use that one and one 2 sizes up, hold on, for our porthole. That's this one here, okay? And that, I think that one is about 3 inches. This the one that's just about, it's a little less than 3 inches. So there you go. Like I said, I wish they'd numbered them, labeled them, put a letter on them or something to help identify them. But those are the 2, and I cut this porthole out of, what color did I use? This is Costal Cabana. So I just ran them through the die machine at one time and got my porthole. This is about 1/4 inch in width, okay? So it was those 2 dies right there that I used. And we'll come back, we'll be using the smallest die for our sun. So let's go ahead and put this together. Let me get my glue. Use a little bit of Tombow. Remember, a little goes a long way on this. And I'm going to open it up that way. So. There we go. Put that right around here. Don't want to use too much because I don't want it to seep out. You know what, I got a little bit of glue on that. Let me get that off right now. With my glue eraser. One of my favorite tools. If you don't have one, you need to get one. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Now, we are going to put the screws for the porthole. And for that I use the brushed metallic adhesive-backed dots. These dots come in a gold tone, a copper tone, and kind of a brass. So I use the brass ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm realizing I've only got 6 of the larger brass ones left, which are the ones I used here. So I think I'm going to use the smaller ones on this one. And I think it'll absolutely be fine. They'll just be a little bit smaller. Because I don't think 6 looks right. I think it needs 8. So we're going to put them on here. Could have used the gold tone ones, but... And if you put these, opposite each other, like this, it makes it very easy to place the other ones. Look how quick this is coming together. This porthole. Right? There we go. Perfect. And those are the brushed metallic adhesive-backed dots. Put that over there. Okay. You know, while we're here, I think we are going... Nah, we'll do the sentiment. We'll come back and do the sentiment later. So I'm going to set this aside. And we're going to work on the inside of the card. Okay? So for this is a piece of the thin Whisper White. And I used thin because we used the thick Whisper White for the outside to give us our strength. But if I was afraid if I put thick Whisper White inside, it would just be too heavy and too bulky and might change, the price of mailing. It might be just a little bit too heavy for, 1 ounce envelope. So this piece of regular basic white is 5 1/4 by 8 1/4, and I have folded it in half with the bone folder, as you can see. Okay, so we are going to start stamping. Then remember, we have this on the inside too. So to start stamping, we are using Bermuda Bay for our water. Okay? And Bermuda Bay is a strong color. And we're going to use this stamp here for our water. But this is Bermuda Bay stamped full strength. This is it after it's been stamped once, and this is it after it's been stamped twice. So we're going to use a technique called stamping off, where we aren't going to use the first one, we're going to use the second and the third. So you'll see what I mean here in just a second. Let me grab another piece of paper to stamp off on. There. Okay, this will work perfect. Okay, now just another piece of scrap paper. And I am going to go ahead and ink up. You know, you could have used another color. Really doesn't make any difference. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take the layer of ink off. That's as simple as that. So I'm going to stamp. I'm going to stamp a little bit over here. Okay. I need some more water for my sailboat. And something I didn't look at first before I started, and let me do that real quick, is where do I need my water to be at so that it shows a little bit through my porthole. So I need to go a little bit higher. I'm going to have to do another layer up, but that's okay. So we'll do this like this, and let's see what I can get down here. Okay, probably need a little bit more to fill in some of my spots here. Am I completely, make sure you're completely inked up. So we're going to stamp this off. I'm going to switch this around and go the other direction here. I'm going to do a little bit here. I'm going to do some down here. And I'm going to pick up, see if I can get enough out of this here maybe for that. Okay, that works. That's good. Okay. And I think that's all we're going to need for the Bermuda Bay for now. Set that off to the side. Oh, no, you know what? We need the little bit on the inside. I totally forgot about that. Let's bring that on back. So, kind of, and again, it's the same thing, just a little bit. I only need to ink up one side. Doesn't make any difference. And if you switch, you know, when you're stamping, if you turn your stamp around, you get different images. So, now this one I don't need to do the whole stamp. Or the whole ink, yeah, stamp, because I'm only using part of it here. Let me do a little more. And maybe over here. There we go. That works. That's good enough. Okay, now I think we're done with the Bermuda Bay. And I don't think I have any more stamping off. Nope, I'll get rid of that too. Okay, let that dry there a little bit. Okay, now we're going to go back to the front. I'm going to lay my scissors on there to keep that open like that. Okay, now we're going to work on our boat. So the boat is stamped on, what's this on? This is basic gray on basic gray, okay? And we'll be punching it out with this punch. So, get my stamp for that. This is one of those stamp sets that you end up using every block you have, just because. I don't like that. That got all gooey. Let me redo that. Let me stamp that off of there. I got too much ink on that. Hold on here. Let me clean this off just a minute. Okay, we're going to try this again. Let's see. Let's try this again. There we go, that's better. Okay, now we're gonna put this, and punch this out with our punch. Let me get my ink out of the way. You see, it doesn't quite fit, but that's okay, because I will take my scissors, just kind of trim this paper. So hopefully we can get a little closer into it. And punch it out. There we go, that works. And so you just line your punch up. There we go. Okay, get this out of the way. Set that off to the side, and we will do our sails. Okay, and our sails are going to be in pumpkin pie. Okay, let's see. We have 2 sails. Let me see where this is going to land here. This one is, try to make it easy to put it in. This one maybe here, I think. See if that works. Oops. See, I could have put both of them on there together, but I didn't think about that, so I only have to punch them out once. And then the other one, then cut this off. Our other sail. Is right here. And let's see. That's gonna go. Let's see if that works. Like this. You know, sometimes I spend a lot of time trying to get them oriented so they're super easy to punch, but you know what? In the long run, it's quicker if I just restamp it if I have to. So I'm going to use a little piece of sticky note for a handle for my paper so I can position it just right. There we go. Another use for sticky notes, huh? Okay, and I think we're done with the punch. Let me get rid of this trash. And we will get rid of the ink pad. And there we go. Let's put our sailboat together. But you know what we're going to do first? We're going to put it inside of our card base so that we can get it properly positioned. You know, this is not the stamp set that I usually pick out. But I really like it. I was just drawn to it. So I'm excited to use it and make a bunch of other cards with it. So if you own it, what do you think of the stamp set? Perfect. Oh, my water landed beautifully, just where I wanted it. You know, what have you made anything with this stamp set yet? I'd love to see it. So we're going to put, this is our boat itself. We're going to put a little bit of glue on it. Just a little bit. I'm going to smear that. I'm not putting any on, I'm just kind of, there we go. Spreading it around. And then I'm going to do this and put the boat like that. See, the boat's straight, but the mast is at an angle. So it looks like it's sailing in the wind. So our sails, we're going to use our mini dimensionals, or tiny, tiny little dimensionals. And then we'll place the sails. Oops. I'd like to be out on a boat right now. The weather here in Michigan is beautiful. Lots of people have boats. I don't own a boat. Okay. Let's take these backings off. And you know, really, the colors, you can use whatever colors you want. It's all up to you. I've seen boats done with this stamp set, or this bundle, in red and blue. Red sails with a blue boat. I don't know. Pumpkin pie is not a color I generally pull out, but it just seemed right for this. Okay. So this sail goes here. Let me turn this around. I want to position it. Oops. That little thing was getting in the way of my... There we go. Same with this one. I'll put this right there. There we go. Now the sun, I've already done the sun, and it is so saffron on so saffron. And to make the texture, I used the same stamp that I used for this. You know, just stamped it with So Saffron ink on So Saffron, and then use the smallest of these layering circles to die cut it out. So super simple. Get this out of the way. We'll put a little bit of adhesive on the back of this one. Let's see where we're gonna put that. I like the texture that that stamp gives this sun. Let's do it that way. That's nice. Okay. A couple more things we have to stamp on here. We have to put the reflection for our boat. And again, I have the basic gray out. Put that up. Look at that. I think that's cool. And then we're going to put some birds. We're going to put some birds on the outside. Here. And let's put some birds on the inside. There you go. I think, oh, we're not done. We have our sentiment. Oh, I thought we were done. One more step, almost. Last thing is to put our sentiment. And like I said, there's a lot of great sentiments on this, with this stamp set. And I chose the Hope It's Your Best Day Ever. Again, I think it's perfect for a masculine event, you know, birthday, maybe a boat, or who knows. Okay, I have a scrap piece of the basic gray. I have my Versamark. If you don't know, it's like clear ink. I have my embossing powder, my white embossing powder, because that gives it just a super cool texture. So I'm going to stamp this on here. Let me get my mat here, so I get a nice clean. And you know what? I haven't even measured this. I'm just gonna trim it up after I stamp it and put the embossing powder on it, because then it gives me something to hold on to when I'm embossing, heat embossing, so that my hands don't get burned. So if you don't have any Versamark, Versamark's a great product. You need that. So many things you can do with it. You can make watermark looking designs. Okay, here's my white embossing powder. Just give it a second shot. Let me get my little paintbrush here just to brush off the little stray pieces. There we go. Those are just inexpensive paintbrushes I have. And before you heat emboss, put the cover back on your embossing powder so it doesn't go everywhere. Okay, now it might be, I don't know how loud it's going to be on the video, but I'm going to go ahead and heat emboss this, and we're going to watch the magic happen. This is going to look so cool. Okay, that's it. I don't know if you could tell, but it just melted. And now it's kind of slick, it's raised. It reminds me of like a wedding invitation. Okay, so now I'm going to cut this down in my trimmer. I want a little bit of extra. I'm going to do it this way. I think I was at like about 2 1/4 on my other one. That sounds right. And then I'm going to trim this down. So yeah, that's about 2 1/4 by 1 when it's all said and done. But again, it really doesn't make a lot of difference. And then if I just kind of put an angle to that, we will put that on our card, and then I believe we'll be done. Put this right here. And there we go. Now we are done. So I hope you like this card that I made using the Let's Set Sail bundle. If you've got this bundle and you've made a card with it, I'd love to see it. Put it in the comments down below so everyone can see it. So thank you so much for joining me. I'll be back next Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. So long, everybody. Bye.